22. As we know that the gospel is based on Peter's testimony, why would Mark put in Peter's denial of Jesus if it did not happen? Also, why would Peter be a coward at the time of Jesus' death and be bold preaching in Jerusalem 40 days later? What changed him from coward to Mr. Courageous? The account of Jesus' death has a ring of historical truth around it. In Mark chapter 16 verse 9, Mary Magdalene, a woman of ill repute, is the first to bear witness to Jesus. Why make a woman the first witness when a woman's testimony was not respected in the ancient world? In Mark 16:11, we are told the disciples did not believe the testimony of the woman. Why would you put material into a text that was either deluded or lying in such a case? It only makes sense that these events took place. In Mark, we learn that Jesus died on a cross, Mark 15:25-37. He was buried in a tomb by Joseph of Arimathea in Mark 15:43, and he was seen in a resurrection by Mary Magdalene. This resurrection is stated as a bodily resurrection. The Jesus who died is said to have really appeared to Mary. You may not believe in a literal resurrection, but you must be honest and face the fact that the early church in this account is saying Jesus rose from the dead. Now these three facts modern scholarship would agree with. It falls in line with the work done by E.P. Sanders and others. In other words, as we've looked at the eyewitness accounts of Mark and learned that it is based on eyewitness accounts, we learn three basic facts from the Gospel of Mark: that Jesus died on a cross, that he was buried in a tomb, and then later Jesus was seen by Mary. Okay, and the early church believed in a resurrection. These three facts accord with modern scholarship in historical studies. They do not contradict E.P. Sanders and others. So, if our historical source material is early source, is reliable, and based on eyewitness accounts, fits the historical context, accords with scholarship of most scholars, I conclude the following. I'll just let that finish because this is important. What happens is we get these people from India, and they just phone and they're just looking to sell you things. So that's why I never answer the phone. Okay, so we've got these three facts. So this is my conclusion from these basic facts, and they are facts of history. What I've just told you about Jesus dying, the empty tomb, the tomb being buried in a tomb, and the disciples believing in a resurrection.